What do you mean, why? Do you even see this? Hello? I was broke, but that's not the first reason. Like, I could be broke anywhere. I would stress equally. It was about the comfort this place gave me that made me move here. And I'm not, like, there are two countrysides that I moved to. The first one being this valley. It's a valley. It's a huge valley. And the second one being the mountains. And I lived in the mountains first for a few years. Like, a couple of years, yeah. It was 2 or 3 years in the mountains in total, and now it's been 2 years since I moved in here. We live such a fast life. We live life at such a fast pace. You already know that. And it's different from our grandmas and grandpas, because they used to live, no matter how much work they had to do, it was all physical and it was all here. And they had peace by default. They were peaceful by default, right? We're not. We have a completely different energy surrounding us on a daily basis. So basically, we're not doing good by default. Mentally, spiritually, whatever. Let me put the camera right here. I'm using Jobby, and Jobby could be my next sponsor, maybe, once I reach a good amount of subscribers. But that's for the future. I moved here because I needed to make sure to stay alive during the worst periods of my life. I moved here because I need to sleep under this countryside sky in order to function right when I wake up in the morning. I moved here because no other place gives me automatical peace. I moved here because freedom. I moved here because of freedom. At least freedom to jump around and do nothing and feel good about it. Here where I come from, it's really easy to move to the countryside. Even if you have no place to stay, you could easily find one, rent it, and trust me, it's $100 a month. Tops. That's number one. Number two, even if you had no crops of your own, people would make sure you don't stay hungry. Like, people around here literally come and just put food in front of your door if they know you're not doing good. And if you don't have an ego problem, you get to survive. So I was thinking, maybe I can help a lot of American people actually feel better, because I know in the United States it's really hard to avoid the city life, because you got to go to work, you got to pay your bills, and if you want to live in the countryside, it's expensive. As long as I know, like, don't take this with a grain of salt, because I don't know the whole situation over there, but if you live in a country that doesn't allow you to move to the countryside because it's more expensive than the city or something, you would need more money to do that. Just come to Bosnia. Just come to Bosnia and Herzegovina. Finally said it. I said it. Just do it. Nature gives you this feeling of security for some reason. Like, even if you had nothing, this feels right. It feels right. It just feels right. Even if you had $0 on your name, this literally just feels right. I have a feeling that if I put a tent here, if I set up a tent, just live in a tent, I would be fine. I wouldn't be hungry. It's all about the food. So you have to have water and food and oxygen. That's it. So try to think about your life in this way. Imagine you had nothing. How would you feel? Probably free, more free than you feel right now. And that's what the countryside does to your brain. It alters your mental state. It changes how you feel from the inside, because we all know that things come from the inside of us first. Life doesn't happen to us, it happens for us. I could just sit here and look at the sky and just spend hours thinking nothing. And we all know that thinking is something we do 24/7. And our ancestors did the exact opposite. They just did stuff. They fed their cows. They took care of their sheep. They took care of their crops. They had no time to think. Like, who are we? How did we get to the point of being super mentally unstable after our ancestors fighting wars for us? Like, did they do that so they could create the weakest generation possible? You know? I already see a lot of people moving to the countrysides, mountains, and so on. I see that we are becoming more aware. And I think that we're going to go back to the Stone Age. I expect our generation to be the first generation to start going back to the Stone Age, because we enjoy that more than the life we created ourselves in the cities, buildings, technology, all that. I don't see it. I don't find it attractive. Yeah. I moved to the countryside because I wanted to make sure that whatever I was starting, like whatever future I was imagining, actually comes true within a few years from that moment. And it's actually already happening. While I was living in a city, I was struggling with my business so much. Dude, I was broke, I'm telling you. The moment I came here, my mind started clearing up, and it was a long process. Your mind doesn't actually clear up overnight. It takes time. Literally takes time. So in my case, it took me a year and a half. And right now, I feel my energy coming back. Like right now, a year and a half later, I feel like I can do something. If I had stayed in the city, I wouldn't even be doing this YouTube channel from the scratch. Trust me, because it's my fourth. Yeah. So this video... Will you just shut up? Shut up! Sorry. If there's anything I want you to pull out of this video, move to the countryside. That's what I want you to learn from this video. I mean, look at this. I'm happy. I'm just happy. I'm very happy. That's a very boring dog over there. Look at him running around. He's cute, huh? You cannot improve in a place that made you sick in the first place. So if a city got you sick mentally, how could you expect that city to help you heal? So you gotta move, change your environment. Now, there are people who live in the countryside and who would love to live in cities. That's not me, so I don't understand them, but still, if that's what you feel, do it. Do it. Just change your environment and you'll see what's gonna happen to you. Life is just gonna get better and better. That is gonna be my future. I want this. I want a bunch of goats, a few cows, horses. I want that. Sit. Не, не пошел. Не.